You're not a true petrol head until you've driven an Alfa Romeo. Not true. But once you've driven one, you realize that up to that point, the once invisible void in your soul has now finally been filled. This is the new Alfa Romeo Giulietta 1750 QV Quattrifoglio Verita. With a 6-speed twin-clutch transmission, it's a 5-door hot hatch. Now, I don't know exactly what Quattrifoglio means, but I think it has something to do with this 4-leaf clover, which has nothing to do with leprechauns. But it is Alfa's symbol of performance, style, and luxury. The Giulietta's torpedo design fires up the visual cortex. Moonlight pearl coats its aerodynamic shape, which exudes a spirit of sexiness. Minimalistic chrome bits and vivid lines x-ray the Giulietta's striking and distinctive front end. The car's aura is also shared with the dark tones of the interior cabin with an undertone of mystique. The dashboard looks like it's been carved from a single log of ashwood, highlighted by smooth and coarse surfaces. A combination of long-standing tradition and high textural finishes describes the vintage mixture of materials, with the leather and the Alcantara or suede on the chairs, with the Alfa Romeo badge embossed onto the incline of these race car sports bucket seats, which are incredibly durable and comfortable, like a cushioned fortress or a suit of armor, which is exactly what you're going to need when you take this warhorse out to battle. Sufficient space and legroom, the Giulietta is a racing car with a heart for family. Utility areas are reserved only for small items and not the overflow of chip packets and sweet wrappers. Locating and mating any external devices like cell phones, iPods or USB drives, the Uconnect infotainment system offers total ease of functionality with satisfying acoustics from the speaker system, but the real music comes from what's underneath that bonnet. The Dragon's Lair, which houses the 177 kilowatt 314 Newton meter engine, regurgitating a very seductive and roaring exhaust note that ricochets out of the twin tailpipes. The new Giulietta QV sports the same 1750 engine TCT 6-speed gearbox as the Alfa 4C. The drivetrain comes with 3 settings. 1. Natural, normal economic driving. The second one, all-terrain, which weighs up the steering wheel and puts every bit of the traction control's hair on end. Then 3, the most exciting of the whole lot, dynamic mode, which is exactly what it says it is, dynamic, which sharpens the precision of the vehicle's handling, throttle response and gear shift. And when you step on that landmine called an accelerator pedal, there are no apologies. The engine doesn't hold anything back and will unleash as much power on you as what you can take through the 6-speed twin-clutch transmission. Power sent to the front wheels, lighting them up like a group of angry Italians protesting over austerity measures, the Pope, and the millions of refugees now flooding their country. So what's it like on fuel? Well, the manufacturers claim 9.8 liters per 100 kilometers. I agree, but that's if you freewheel it downhill. You have to keep quite a tight rein on the steering wheel. Be romantic with the Giulietta, but assertive at the same time, especially if you want to dive its nose into a corner. And if you want to shatter the apex, then that's exactly what you need to do. Get on the boost, ride it, and don't be ishy-washy with the throttle. And quoting a 1970s Alfa Romeo advertising slogan, if its handling is good enough for our racing cars, it's good enough for you. And when the Giulietta wants to throw a plate of spaghetti and meatballs at you on a corner, the Q2 electronic diff is a shoulder to cry on and will auger this hot hatch back in line. The new Giulietta QV will appeal to all 5 of your senses. It's a hot hatchback fashion statement, status symbol. And that's something that you have to remember when somebody wants to know why you went and spent 426,400 Rand on it instead of buying a Golf GTI or a Ford Focus ST. Because at the end of the day, mediocrity is a sin, and this is not just a car, it's an Alfa Romeo.
A big thank you to Racetrack for accommodating us and allowing us to use their facilities.
Flows out nicely.
Flows, it's good. And flow, my one with a bee buzzing. All right, cool. Here we go. And leather.